The news day continues here on One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. The Defense Department is looking to improve its monitoring of military men that have left service. DND spokesperson Arsenio Andolong said that the agency has been keeping tabs on ex-military men and that this led to the swift arrest of some of the suspects in the killing of Negros Oriental Governor Roel Degamo. The suspects in the murder were identified as former soldiers who were dismissed from service. The department admits that former soldiers may need more counseling as they return to society.
The Philippine Army has taken steps already here, ano? At yan, they're keeping tabs of those who are retiring, those who have retired, and even those who have left the service already. Na dapat talaga ang mga kasundaluhan natin, meron talagang venue for counseling.
An environmental science professor is concerned that the oil spill in Mindoro Oriental could become more toxic, especially with the warm and dry season. Hernando Bacosa of the Mindanao State University Iligan said that determining the extent of the damage brought by the oil spill should be prioritized. He also suggested the conduct of oil spill drills in addition to investing in equipment that can fast-track cleanup and response operations in case of another oil spill incident in the future. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I am Mon Gualvez. With the scorching summer heat comes risks for heat stroke. Gio Robles gives us some tips from health experts on how to prevent the illness.
Can't be denied that summer has arrived. Food delivery rider Ronald had to stop on the sidewalk due to the intense heat on EDSA.
Medyo pasakit kasi nga sa sobrang init, kailangan namin dumiskarte. Mahanap kayo ng lilim.
Jerry, who works as a parking attendant, is also finding ways to avoid the scorching heat of the sun. Jerry has to be on duty from 6 in the morning until 2 p.m., meaning that he has no escape from the hot weather.
Minsan, 7 sir, mainit na ho. Kaya minsan po, mga puno yan, dyan po kami mga nagtatago.
Along with summer comes the reminder from experts about illnesses caused by hot weather, such as the deadly heat stroke. One doctor warned that the common symptoms of excessive sun exposure usually begin with simple dizziness.
Heat stroke, ito yung most serious na heat-related illness na pwedeng ma-encounter ng isang tao kapag sobrang init ng panahon.
Aside from dizziness, some symptoms of heat stroke are red and itchy skin, high body temperature but not sweating, confusion and restlessness, and loss of consciousness. According to Dr. Chua, even children are not safe from the dangers of heat stroke. So in case of experiencing symptoms, she has this advice to parents.
Kailangan dalhin mo yung anak mo sa cooler place, painumin ng maraming tubig, and pwede natin to punas-punasan ng mga malalamig na bimpo or with ice, no, para to lower down ng yung body temperature.
If one can't avoid being exposed under the sun like riders and cyclists, Dr. Chua said to always drink water to avoid dehydration. For News 5, Gio Robles, Pier 1 News.
Gene King star L.A. Tenorio is set to begin chemotherapy next month. The details in this report by Marty Bautista.
Point guard from Nasugbu, Batangas, number 5, L.A. Tenorio.
Barangay Ginebra Gene King's veteran, L.A. Tenorio, shocked the Pinoy basketball community when he announced that he has stage 3 colon cancer. Tenorio was dubbed the Iron Man of the PBA, having played in a record 744 consecutive games since 2006.
Sobrang na-shock ako, tsaka sobrang nalungkot kasi yun nga, it's one of my closest friend dito sa basketball.
I know he's a pretty strong guy, so if there's somebody who's going to go through with this kind of problem, it's LA. So I think he's built for this.
According to the chairman of the Philippine General Hospital's Cancer Institute, lifestyle and genetics play a major role on how a person gets cancer. Even athletes like Tenorio are not immune to this.
Sometimes you carry some genes in your family, familial disposition. Sometimes also yun unaware of some habitual things or food that you've been eating. Dapat very very selective din tayo on, especially on processed food, yung mga ganyan, no? instant meals that we get. All those things sometimes merong kasama ng mga preservatives.
Colon cancer is the third most common type of cancer among Filipinos. Breast cancer remains the first, while lung cancer follows suit at second. Colon cancer is a disease where cells in the colon or rectum grow abnormally. Among the symptoms are bloatedness and blood in the person's stool. The patient would need to undergo an operation as well as chemotherapy to treat the disease. Ginebra team manager Al Francis Chua says Tenorio might begin his chemo by the first week of April.
Natanggal na, I think, a week and a half ago in Singapore. He's gonna start by April, I think April 5 or 3, yung chemo. But as of now, is zero cancer. Wala. Malinis na siya, no?
Noting his strength mentally and physically, Chua also narrated how LA even attended practice after finding out his diagnosis. Last Tuesday, the 8-time PBA champion assured fans that he will not retire from basketball. And according to experts, this is still feasible despite his diagnosis.
Meron na ngayon, we call them meron ng ganun na mga tailored treatment on colon cancer patients. We're talking about gene mutations na na-identify which can point out to a better combination ng mga drugs for colon cancer. Yes, there's still chance for LA to get back and be able to play again.
For now, Tenorio is back in the country after his operation in Singapore. For News 5, Marty Bautista, we are One News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 10:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I am Mon Gualvez. We are One News.